Johan from Suicide Commando. So, you're in the UK, and off the back of your new album, how does it feel to be back?
Good, apart from having a cold last week, so my voice is totally fucked up anyway. So I hope it will survive for this interview and especially for our show tonight.
So do you look forward to coming back to the UK? Or?
Yeah. I always love playing UK, and I love playing at Slimelight. It's very good crowd.
It's a particular atmosphere, isn't it?
Cool crowd, cool organizer, and everything's cool.
Right. So you going anywhere after this, or is it just a one-off in the UK?
It's just a one-off.
Right.
It's kind of try-out show for the new album.
Right. So you're not going anywhere else to promote the album? Or?
Well, we're gonna do a lot of shows this year, but not right now.
Right.
In 2 weeks we play in Ireland, and we have several shows planned for the rest of the year, but kind of divided over the entire year.
Right. Oh, cool. Infamous Hell has been out for a few weeks now. How's it been received?
I'm quite surprised it's getting so many good reviews, actually, though, because after the Bind Torch to Kill album, okay, it also had some good reviews, but it also had a lot of people starting to bash on me and telling, well, Suicide Commando always sounds the same or whatever. So I was actually quite surprised to see that the new album is getting so many good reviews.
Right, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong now, but is this the 23rd year of Suicide Commando now?
24th, yes.
24th. You formed in 86, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it your 15th album now? Because I've been trying to read up on it, and everywhere I get a different number.
I don't know. I don't count them anymore because I honestly forgot. It's something like that.
Something around the 15 mark then. So if you can remember back now, what were you doing in the day before Suicide Commando?
Going to church, and I was studying, I don't know. It's a long time ago, I don't even remember. I'm fucking old, you know. I grew up with the new wave and the cold wave scene with bands like The Cure and Joy Division, Sisters of Mercy, that kind of stuff, until I discovered electronic bands like Depeche Mode or Front to Platoon, Clinic, and because I liked that sound so much more than the other things I was listening to before. I said I want to do electronic music, so that's actually how it started.
I think it'd be safe to assume that Suicide Commando is almost a household name in the EBM world, and it's a benchmark for new EBM acts. Apart from the obvious evolution of music technology, how do you think the electronica world has changed over the last 2 decades?
Well, how much time do you have left? Because I think it's changed quite a bit. First you have the technological change, because when I started doing electronic music, computers were as good as non-existing, so everything we did, we had to do with real instruments, and they were fucking expensive in those days, so I think only a few bands could afford to release any albums with doing electronic music. And yeah, you definitely had, with the arrival of computers, you definitely had a real technological change and a big boom of electronic music, because nowadays you just have to buy yourself a computer and some soft synths, and you can make your own music. So in that way, it definitely changed quite a bit. And musically, I think the scene also has evolved a lot too. When I started doing music, I think the song having 120 beats per minute was already fast.
Right, yeah.
But if you do 120 beats per minute these days, it's kind of slow.
Yeah, well, it's generally thought that it's over 140 beats per minute, doesn't it? So
what you get these days are 140, 150 beats per minute. the tempo kind of adapted to probably our way of living, because we also live very faster like than in the old days. So
Right, thank you. Back in 1986, EBM wasn't at the highly developed music genre that it is now, with artists having almost mainstream success. It was almost unheard of. Was it difficult to make your name for yourself back then?
I don't think it was difficult. It was different for sure, but I don't think it was difficult because in those days you didn't have that many bands doing electronic music anyway, so you only had a few bands, and in those days you still had the tape scene, which was an easy and cheap way to spread your music around the world. So that was actually the way how I started to spread my music, releasing it on tapes. And I never had any problems getting my music spread around the world and get the attention, because I never had to search for a label or whatever, because the labels came to me. So no, I can't really say it was difficult.
Right. Let's come forward in time now. What is it about Influence of Hell in comparison with other things such as Blind Torture and Kill? What's the differences between what you write now and what you wrote back then?
I think the main difference is that, well, the Blind Torture Kill album was more meant for the clubs.
Right.
I think it had 10 or 11 club tracks on it. And Influence of Hell in that way is different, because you still have a few up-tempo and danceable songs on it.
I noticed differences
But
between the two.
you also have a lot of songs going way back into the old days, into my old sound. So it's kind of, for me, it feels like a perfect mixture between the last album, which was more meant for the clubs, and my Mindstrip album, which was the first album that got so many success. So.
Right. Well, I'm not comparing the two songs now, but on Blind Torture and Kill you wrote Eat Me, which, if I'm right, was about Amy Muse, the German cannibal, is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Once again, not comparing, but Rammstein did the same thing, and they got a lot of backlash for it. They actually got sued by him. Was there any backlash for you about it?
Not about the serial killing or about the cannibalism or...
No. So there wasn't any, media outrage that you wrote, or you didn't have any backlash from news or anything like that?
Not from the media, because but I did get a lot of people bashing on me that I was always doing the same sound or doing the same stuff, but not really from the media itself.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Well, let's come forward now to Influence of Hell. Are there any controversial, interesting ideas that went into writing that album?
Well, there are a lot of topics on the new album, so it's not a real concept album.
Right.
Blind Torture Kill was actually about serial killing and stuff. And even though Influence of Hell actually refers to another serial killer, Albert Fish, it's not really an album about serial killings in itself.
Right,
so there are a lot more topics on the new album, so it's kind of diverse.
Right, fair enough. Any ideas of directions that you're going to go into in the future now? Or?
Well, don't know really, because but I just became a father, so I'm expected to thank you. I'm expected to do baby tunes now. Probably maybe my next album will be suicide baby tunes or whatever.
I think you go somewhere with that. Right, thank you very much for talking to us. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our readers at Soundshock?
Well, I'd like to thank every one of you for supporting Suicide Commando for over all these years, because without you I never would have been here, I never would be as big as I became now, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. It's like meeting a legend.
I don't know.